Okay, hopefully we are live. If there's anybody in here, could you just let me know if you can hear me loud and clear? Hopefully you can. Hoping my mic's on. It should be. Anyway, wait for a few more people to join, hopefully. Just let me know in the comments if you can hear me. If you can't, just type in there. Got Louise Lashy saying hello, hello. Just let me know if you can hear me. I'm not sure if my mic is working at the moment, so if somebody could just drop a comment in and let me know, that'd be great. We've got Kane. Oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully, wait for a few more people to join. Just going to go through some pickups today. I've been doing some recording earlier on. And you know what? I was going to do like a collections update, but I thought I'm going to go live and do it live. Hi, Jerry. I hope you're well, mate. Thank you for joining. Yeah, just wanted to go through my recent pickups, and obviously, as you can tell from the thumbnail, there's been a lot of talk about Fight Club. I've recorded my video for that today. That should be hopefully going up live on the channel tomorrow. Fingers crossed. And here it is, just here. It is a very nice steelbook, I've got to be honest. But we'll talk more about that in a little while, hopefully. Chris from Cue the Credits. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, just decided to do recent pickups. I'm not going to go through anything that has kind of I've done videos. Like these pickups are probably from the last, I'd probably say 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. Yeah, probably from the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, to be honest. But I'm not going to go through anything I haven't already done a video for, whether it's an unboxing or a review or whatever. In fact, that reminds me, I've got another pickup here. This is one of my pickups. I'll go through it in a second. But I got that probably about 5-6 weeks ago, probably longer, to be honest. It's a release I've been wanting for a long time, and I'm really glad that I've actually got it, to be honest. Okay. Chris, what have you been up to today, mate? Drop a message in. You done any recording today? I know you messaged me earlier. You told me that your Fight Club is stuck with Royal Mail. I've had that experience, trust me. They're a bit hit and miss at the moment, Royal Mail, to be honest, with their shipping. But luckily, I got my Fight Club relatively early. And as I say, the video for that should be coming out. But we are going to talk about it in a little bit more detail on this stream, hopefully. In fact, let me go through this one pickup I've just grabbed off the shelf. So this one is one that I've been after for quite a long time, to be honest. And I saw it listed. You've probably heard me mention about a Facebook group that I'm in, where there's loads of different posts on there. People show off their collections, their recent purchases, and there's some film reviews. People go to the cinema and give film reviews and stuff. Loads of varied content, and as I said, everyone's great in there. And someone was selling this for a bargain price of 25 quid, including postage, in absolute mint condition. And it's this. The Chunky Box edition of the original Dune on 4K. In fact, let's take this out. In fact, I think Chris at Cue the Credits was after this. I think he saw the same sales post, but I got in there just before he did. And I don't think he was very happy, to be honest. Obviously, it comes with J card just there. And then that is the chunky box. Really nice. Like it. Obviously, you got your contents there. And that is your spine. And that is the back. Yeah, lovely. I really like this edition. So let's get everything out. It's typical Arrow chunky box, really. So obviously you get your double-sided poster. See if I can get this in shot, actually. So that is the one side. It's quite nice. And then if we flip it over, that is the other side, just there. Maybe to peep around the poster to see if it's in shot. Yeah, good quality poster. And then obviously you've got your book here. Loads of information in this book, as you can see. Great stills from the film as well. And then obviously you get your 4K disc in there as well. I've decided to reverse the artwork. The artwork that comes on it originally is the one that's on the hard case. But I've decided to go for that artwork there. Really like that. So yeah, absolute bargain price for this, to be honest. And as I said, in mint condition. And I'm really pleased to finally have it, which is nice. I haven't checked out the 4K transfer of this yet, actually. In fact, it's been a very long time since I've watched this film. I think the last time I watched it was probably on VHS. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Okay. So we've got Chris from Cue the Credits. Just been editing today's videos from the film festival. I've been at from the 8th to the 16th. Why I thought getting home at midnight yesterday and then edit a 9-day video. Bad idea. Yeah, mate, you must be absolutely knackered. I saw the one you posted earlier on. Really good video. And yeah, stellar bargain for the June edition. I agree, mate. I know you wanted this as well. But yeah, I couldn't really turn it down for that price. 25 quid all in, including postage and in mint condition as well, which is good. Louise's Lashes 747 asks, what was the last film you watched? It was Planes, Trains and Automobiles last night with my oldest lad. He'd never seen it and wanted to watch it, so stuck it on last night and he had a blast with it. It's a great film, Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Absolutely love it. And it's the uncut version as well, so the bit where Steve Martin has a go at I can never remember the actress's name, but she plays the secretary in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And yeah, Steve Martin's he's had a shit day, and he's basically saying that his hire car wasn't in the parking spot where it was supposed to be, and he was effing and everything at her. It's just a great scene. Yeah, really good film. So my oldest lad enjoyed that first time watch for him, which was good. No hard feelings. Grabbed the Lighthouse from the same bloke for like £100 less than eBay. So can't moan. Yeah, wow. Yeah, the eBay prices on that are ludicrous at the minute, aren't they? Absolutely crazy. Let's go to another pickup then. Should we go to another pickup or should we discuss Fight Club? Should we discuss Fight Club or what? Let's go for another pickup first. So this one, I'm hoping we'll get a 4K release. I can't see it, to be honest, because it's 20th century and we all know how they feel about 4K and physical media and whatever. But you never know. You never know. We might get something But it is this, The Hills Have Eyes on Blu-ray. I did have this, but I can't for the life of me find it, and I picked this up for a reasonable price. Got this on Vinted, I think, for about £5. Yeah, it was £5 plus about £3 shipping, so £8 in total, which I didn't think was too bad. Brand new and sealed as well. Really like that. And my oldest lad, again, it was a first time watch for him. That is the disc just there. First time watch for him, and yeah, he enjoyed it. It was quite shocking for him. I mean, he loves his horror films, but obviously there's a scene where they invade the motorhome with the sister in that, and yeah, he was quite shocked at that scene. We've got Jerry here saying, saw Obsession yesterday and it terrified me, left me uncomfortable and on edge after. Believe the hype. Yeah, Jerry, I've seen people talking about Obsession, and yeah, I'm intrigued to check it out. To be honest, I've heard some really good things about it, and yeah, I'm going to check that one out definitely for sure. Nothing but good things I'm hearing. So the problem is though with films like that, I hear people say like, you know, it's great and it's shocking and things, but sometimes it doesn't live up to the hype. I'm hoping this one does. Yeah, looking forward to watching that. Let's go. Oh, we've had another comment here. Louise says, first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. But we are going to talk about Fight Club, and I will be talking about it on my video that hopefully goes live tomorrow as well. Next pickup then was a film that I got for an absolute bargain price. I'm not sure if it was a misprice or not, because it seemed to be this price for a long time. And me and Chris spoke about this on the last live stream, I think. And it is this. Catch Me If You Can on 4K. Now, I got this from HMV for £10. In fact, I bought this when I pre-ordered Fight Club, the Steelbook of Fight Club, just so I could get the free delivery on it. And yeah, that was a tenner. I haven't watched it yet, as you can see. It is still sealed just there. So let's unseal it. Let's have a look. Yeah, I thought this would have been like a misprice or something, but it stayed this price for quite a while, which I was quite surprised about. And it doesn't want to undo. Sod's law, that is, isn't it? Let's do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Yeah, it could be, Chris. Could be trying to shift stock. I'm not sure why, though, because it hasn't been released long, has it? It's quite strange, really, that they reduced it so quickly. It's not been out long at all. But yeah, that is the front there. As I say, it does come with a nice slip cover. That is the back, just there. Apologies about the glare. And it is 2 discs, so you get the 4K just there. And that's your Blu-ray disc in there as well. So yeah, for £10, absolute bargain, really. So Chris says December was the release date for that. Yeah, you're probably right, mate, actually. I know it hadn't been out long when they reduced it down to a tenner, to be honest. Wasn't fussed for the Steelbook either. In fact, I think the artwork was the same on the Steelbook as it is on the standard. We've got Jerry. Top pickup this week is Imprint's 4K chunky box of State of Grace 1990. Sean Penn, Gary Oldman, Ed Harris. One of my favourite gang thrillers. Yeah, that's a great film, mate. I like Imprint. We spoke about Imprint before in the previous live, and I do like Imprint. Unfortunately, they are a little bit expensive, especially with their shipping and stuff. A bit more expensive than Umbrella with their shipping, which is a little bit strange. I was eyeing up Never Ending Story, but I couldn't bring myself to pay that amount of money, especially for the big book edition. I love that film, I love it, but just didn't have it in my budget to get that big book edition. Chris says, how have I not heard about this? That cast sounds brilliant. Yeah, Chris, it's worth a watch, mate. You might want to check that out. Decent film, that one. Move on to the next pickup then. And this is one that got released on 4K. I think it was the back end of last year. I might be wrong. And I was going to pick it up. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kino Lorber released it. But the issue I had with it was they only released the theatrical cut on 4K. The R-rated cut, the uncut version, basically, they just released on Blu-ray, which is the cut that everybody would want to watch, surely, with this film. So I ended up picking up the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray was region free, and it has the extended uncut version on here, and it is Kingpin. Love this film. Farrelly Brothers classic. Woody Harrelson's brilliant in it. Bill Murray's great in it as well. And yeah, this has got both cuts on it. That is the Blu-ray disc just there. This has got both cuts. So I didn't see the point in getting the 4K for a version of the film I'm not going to watch. Didn't see the point. So I picked this one up. This one cost me, including shipping and everything, was about £8.50, brand new and sealed from eBay, which I thought was a bit of a bargain, to be honest. So yeah, pleased with that one. Love Kingpin. Great film. What have we got here then? So the next pickup is one I actually got on its release, to be honest with you. I didn't review it, just didn't get a chance to review it. But it is a really good film. I really enjoy this one, and it is Minority Report on 4K with a very nice slipcover. Again, another one I didn't go for the steelbook. I wasn't keen on the steelbook, I've got to be honest. And with it being £10 more than the standard, yeah. I just didn't like the steelbook. I just thought it looked quite basic, to be honest. Preferred the artwork on here if I'm being truthful. But yeah, you got your slipcover on there. Take this out, and then the MRA is the same, and then same on the back as well. And then again, this one is 2 discs. It's your 4K, and there's your Blu-ray just there. 4K transfer on this isn't going to be for everybody. I really like the 4K transfer, but I like the Blu-ray. I thought the Blu-ray looked pretty solid, to be fair to it. It's kind of got that look, hasn't it? That it's like certain scenes look very slightly overexposed, and they will kind of go for that futuristic look. I know on the Blu-ray that the color palette was quite muted on Minority Report, but the 4K actually dials the colors up a little bit more. And yeah, just really, really good 4K transfer on this, I think. It's not going to be for everybody, though. Not everybody's going to like it, but not everybody liked the Blu-ray transfer, to be fair. There's a lot of people moaning about that again, those slightly overexposed scenes, I think. Yeah, but that is a solid 4K. And what's really interesting, I don't know if it's going to pick this up, but there's a bit of spot glossing on the title here. I'm not sure if that's going to pick up or not, but see if we can get it into the light. Oh, there you go. Let's pick it up a little bit there. Yeah, a bit of spot glossing on the title there. It's quite nice. Now, this one is one that I happened to find. Me and my wife and our kids, we went to town. We always like going to like HMV, and we go to like Worlds Apart in Birmingham City Centre and stuff. The kids love the Funko Pops and the collectibles in there. So we usually go to Worlds Apart. We'll visit HMV. And went into HMV just to sort of see what they got, what deals they got. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of their 3 for 50 deal, to be honest. Their 3 for 50 deal on paper sounds great, but if you were to shop around at other retailers, you could probably pick up 3 of the titles in that deal for much cheaper than 50 quid. So I went and had a look on the off chance anyway and came across this, which Again, I thought it was a pricing error. I actually asked the guy behind the counter, "Is this a pricing error?" And he was like, "No, this is the price standard, and it's also in the 3 for 50 as well," which I was really surprised about. And it is Anaconda, the original Anaconda on 4K steelbook as well. Let's take this out of here. So that is your J card just there. And then that is the steelbook. Basic and simple, but a nice steelbook all the same. Quite like that. And then that is the back just there. And then if we open it out, you've got your 4K disc just there. And then that is the steelbook in full. Very nice. Like that. For 20 quid, I was all over that. And the 4K transfer on it is decent as well. I was quite impressed. It actually surprised me a little bit. Yeah, so really pleased with that, especially for 20 quid. Pop this back in here. While I'm putting this back in here as well, just to remind everybody, I'm not sure if people are aware, but obviously I use Steelbook protectors. I use protectors for all my Arrow editions there. If you use Steelbook Central, if anybody shops at Steelbook Central, there is a code that I have exclusive to this channel, and it gives you 5% off your total order, excluding shipping. And the code is FLIX5, all capital letters, FLIX, and then the number 5 at the end, no spaces. So if you order a lot from Steelbook Central, use that discount code, you get a few quid off, which is good. So big thank you to Steelbook Central for that. And that is back in there, which is good. Chris, not worth what it is on paper. I think I've done it once in the last year, purely for exactly like you, Anaconda plus Pretty in Pink. And 101's Bad Lieutenant. Yeah, I never picked up Bad Lieutenant. Quite like that film as well. Harvey Keitel's brilliant in that. We've got another one here. This is another one that's still sealed. I haven't opened this one, but there's a reason for that. This is a film that has never been released on Blu-ray, which means it's never had a 4K release. And I don't think it ever will, which is a real shame, because me and my wife love this film. And the reason why I've had to rebuy this is because my old DVD is absolutely battered. It's not through any fault of mine or anything. Basically, I keep a lot of my DVDs in the garage, and it just won't play. Don't know if it's a bit of disc rot or not, to be honest, but yeah, just wouldn't play. The first time I've had anything like that go with potential disc rot, but this is a classic, and it should have a Blu-ray release, in my opinion. Kevin and Perry Go Large on DVD. I love this film. My wife loves this film. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Amazing soundtrack as well. The soundtrack on this is absolutely awesome. Why this has never had a Blu-ray release is beyond me, to be honest. I was kind of hoping we'd get a 25th anniversary edition of some kind last year, but it never happened. This has got 88 films written all over it, this film. It has. 88 films should get on this and do it. We've got Jerry saying Steelbook Central are quality, but restock times are frustrating. 3 months or more, I found. Yeah, the problem is, Jerry, I think it takes time because they order in so much, like massive bulk, and because they sell out so quickly, I think there's a maximum amount they can order at any one time, and then obviously there's a wait then for the rest to come. But just keep checking the website, mate. They're going to get something in stock. I take it you're on about the SCF ones. Are those the ones that you're after? Because I know they're out of stock of those. The SCF ones, they go out of stock off quite quickly, and it takes a while for them to come back. And what's the other one? The SCF 8s as well. So the ones that fit your arrow, big box editions, SCF 8s tend to go out of stock quite quickly. SCF 6s as well. SCF 17s not quite. I use SCF 17s for a lot of the Warner Brothers big editions, like Constantine and The Conjuring back there. They're all there in SCF 17s. But yeah, the SCF ones, yeah, they sell really, really quick. Cue the credits were spot on. The Sheep Detectives is my film of the year so far. Get out. No chance. Someone's having the wind up on me here. Sheep Detectives. Seriously? I'm not buying that. I'm not. Chris, how much did you pay them to say that? Checks in the mail. See this. Tag me in, David. Let's take over the live for Sheep Detectives Deep Dive. No. No, just out of protest, I'm not doing that, I'm afraid. Sheep Detectives. Oh, my goodness. And Jerry says, yes, mate, SCF1. Yeah, SCF1s. They are the most popular for steelbook protectors. I've got Fight Club in an SCF1 right now. And Jerry, I don't mean to make you jealous, but I've got a pack of 20 in my drawer over there. I ordered a shitload last time that they had them for this reason. To be honest, I knew that they would go out of stock. SCF 1s and SCF 8s always go out of stock. They're so popular. And I know it is frustrating with their turnaround of getting stock in, but they can only do what they can do. I think they're in the hands of the manufacturers at the end of the day. So I know we can get frustrated, but don't be too hard on them. They're a great company, and I'm not just saying that. I've used them for years and years. And I don't get anything for the discount code either. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It is just, and as I said on the video that I did, Steelbook Central basically saw on one of my videos, I was getting loads of comments about the protector that I was using for a particular edition. They happened to see that. They got in touch, offered a discount code for the channel. There's no affiliate or anything. I don't get anything from it. It is just literally, you get 5% off your order. I don't get nothing from that at all. So it's not like I'm being paid or anything to say that they're great. They are great. They are. $350. You paid $350 for them to say Sheep Detectives is film of the year, Chris. What a tight ass. £3.50. It was heartwarming and full of whimsy. Won't stop me eating lamb chops though. Oh yeah, mate. I love a good lamb chop, mate. Bit of mint sauce, bit of mash, lovely jubbly. Yes, please. Jerry saying I'll get 100 SCF ones. Yeah, mate. Listen, as I said, buy in bulk if you can, if you're able to, because they go out of stock really quick. Because I'm going to put everything in protectors, I'm going to have to get a few hundred when the restock happens. Yeah, like I just said to Jerry, mate, it's just they sell so quickly. Bearing in mind they've got their own website as well as their eBay page. Believe it or not, they sell a lot on their eBay page as well. It's cheaper from the website, obviously, because the postage and everything is more expensive on their eBay store. But yeah, order direct from the website. Use my code. In fact, I will put it in the comments here. There we go. That is the discount code. So anybody ordering from Steelbook Central, bit of a spelling mistake there. Oh well, you'll know what I'm on about. Steelbook Central. Steelbook Central. You know it's Steelbook Central. That's why I only paid £3.50 going to spend 150 on plastic. At least I get 5% off though. Yeah, mate. You need to stock up on them protectors. Oh, Chris, have you watched The Sadness yet? I need to ask you if you've watched The Sadness. If you haven't, you need to get on that film, mate. Trust me, The Sadness is ice. It's ice. Just don't watch it while you're eating something. That's all I'm going to say. And just in case anyone's wondering, that's not piss. That is Tesco's own fizzy diet apple drink. It's not piss. It looks like it, but it don't taste like it. It's lovely. Refreshing. In fact, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to put it in again. I've got a day of Asian cinema planned for Chris. Why not? What you got planned? List what you've got planned. I'm intrigued. Not yet. Today's been the first time in like a week I've properly sat down. I'll make sure I watch it before our next live so we can break it down, mate. Trust me. Watch The Sadness. My oldest lad was watching it with me. Like, honestly, again, I'll say it again. He loves his horror films. I love my horror films and that, you know. And I've mentioned before, I don't jump scare. Horrors don't get me like that. They never have. I'm all there for the visual aspect of them, and The Sadness just delivers. Absolutely delivers on the visual side. There's some scenes in that that are just like, wow, how have they got away with that? Yeah, it's ice. Colony tends to be better than The Sadness. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Is it better, though? I know it's intending to be, but is it better, Jerry? Let me know. Right. I'm going to take another swig of my chilled piss. It's not piss. It's fizzy apple. And we'll go to the next pickup. Or should we talk about Fight Club? What should we do? Should we talk about the Fight Club drama, or should we go to the next pickup? Leave a comment. What should we do? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Audition, Centre Stage, and The Tale of Two Sisters. Chris, I'm sure Chris is going to enjoy those, but he needs to watch The Sadness first, mate. So, yeah. Come on, what are we doing? Are we talking about Fight Club or next pickup? Let's do next pickup. This is one. Now, I was umming and ahhing about the Lionsgate Steelbook for this, and I was gonna get it, but then I saw this for an absolute bargain price on eBay. This cost me £11, including shipping, and it comes with a slipcover. And it's this. What a great film. And it comes with a slipcover as well. Like, this goes for roughly about 23 quid without the slipcover, brand new and sealed. And I got it with the slip for about 11 quid. That's the slipcover there. And that's the back. That's that there. That's that there. And those are your two discs just there. In fact, I might do a live giveaway here. I've got a digital code, which is for the US only, for law-abiding citizen. So I might do a giveaway while I'm on the stream for that. Just give it away. Yeah, why not? Why not? What have we got here? Badman film. Joey says, I got the Steelbook of Law-Abiding Citizen. Yeah, mate, I like that Steelbook. I did. It's just a little bit pricey. Love the slipcover on it. And I was really considering getting it, but you know, when you can get that with a slip cover for like 11 quid, I couldn't turn that down really. And from what I understand, there's no difference with the discs either. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure there's no difference with the discs. So it was 11 quid for that, or it was coming in roughly about 45 quid for the Lionsgate Steelbook, which I like the film, but 45 quid for that Steelbook, yeah, a bit out of my range, to be honest. Chris says, way better than the Steelbook. Not a fan of the design on the steel, and also dipping out, buddy. Have a great rest of the evening, Dave. I'm going to enjoy some sleep. Yeah, go and get some well-deserved rest, mate. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. My Steelbook of The Bride is on the way. Can't wait. Yeah, I haven't seen The Bride yet. Heard mixed things about it, but yeah, let me know. Let me know what it's like. Jerry paid £32 for the law-abiding citizen Steelbook. Wow. That's quite cheap. Jerry's got contacts. Tell me your contacts, Jerry. Where are you getting the Lionsgate Steelbooks from for that price? I'm intrigued. I'll put that there. I am going to do a giveaway for that code, I think. So if you've got anybody from the US watching and you want a free code for law-abiding citizen, I will bring it up on screen at some point in this stream, and you can redeem it. Indeed. Right then, let's go to another pickup. Now, I have got a video coming for this at some point this week coming. It's either going to be Thursday or potentially Friday. I don't know yet, but it is this. The Dollars Trilogy on 4K from Arrow Video. And I'm going to tell you what I said in my video as well. I like the Dollars Trilogy. I like it. But I didn't like it enough to spend over 100 quid on the Chunky Box editions, to be honest. As much as I like the trilogy, I couldn't justify that amount of money. So, you know, we won't talk about the scalpers. I'll talk about that in the video that will be coming later this week. But obviously, they went for silly money in the end. I didn't give in to the FOMO. Some people did and unfortunately got rinsed to buy those scalpers. But then when they released the standard editions of these, I was very tempted, especially because they went into the Arrow sale a couple of times, coming in at about 17 quid. And I was kind of tempted. But other things took up my funds. I had other pre-orders that were coming out and stuff, and other purchases that I was making. So in the end, I didn't get them. And then Arrow announced this, and this was 60 quid. So, yeah, fair price for me. Like I said, I like the trilogy. I just didn't like it enough to drop over 100 quid on those chunky boxes. As much as I love my chunky box editions, I couldn't justify it really, but this is a fair price for what you get in here. And as I say, the video for this, the unboxing and the review, is coming out later this coming week. Chris, before I go, that's how much they're coming for now with the... oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have a chat, mate. Thank you for that. We've got Drew. Hi, mate. How are you, mate? Thanks for joining. I really appreciate you logging in. Okay. Should we do another pickup? Yeah. Let's do another pickup. This is another bargain. All good. Yeah, great to hear, Drew. Thank you, mate, for joining. Really appreciate it. This is another bargain, to be honest. This was one that I had my eye on it for a while. Unfortunately, I didn't get it when it first came out. And he kind of hung around for a bit and was in a few sales, and I was very close to sort of like purchasing. Never got the opportunity, and then it just went out of print. But then one became available, brand new and sealed, on eBay. And I couldn't believe the price of this. In fact, it was listed for 30 quid, and I messaged the seller, and there was no offers on it. There was no like make an offer on it or anything. And I just messaged the seller and said, because it had been on there for a while, I'd been watching it on eBay for a while. I just sent them a message saying, "What's the lowest you would go on this?" And I would have been happy with like something like 25 quid or whatever. And the seller came back on and said, "If you want it, you can have it for 20 quid if you buy it now." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And that included postage as well. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. And it is this National Lampoon's Vacation, the collector's edition. Let's take it out of its protector. Jerry, these ones go into the SCF 4s. So your narrow collector's editions like this, American Pie, some of your universal ones like the Jaws ones, Jaws 3 and 4, go in the SCF 4s, in case you were wondering. But yeah, this is a lovely edition for 20 quid. I think it was going for about 40 when it was first released. There's the J card just there with all your info on. And then that is the artwork on there. Got some nice spot glossing on the title there. Lovely. And I love that artwork as well. That's the original artwork. Love that. And then that's your spine just there. Really nice. And then on the back, you've got that car, and that is spot gloss as well, as you can see. Really nice. Love that. And then inside here, you don't get much in here, to be honest. But the fact that I got this for the same price as what the standard edition would have cost me, it was a no-brainer, really. So you get your standard edition in there. It's an 11mm case, this one, not a 14mm, so it's thin. It's that there, the back. And then, of course, you get your 4K and your Blu-ray in there. And then you get an envelope. Ooh. Just revealed the code of law-abiding citizen now. I've just dropped it on the floor. So that's the artwork on the envelope. That there. Somebody's probably going to wind this back now and get that code for law-abiding citizen. Oh, well. You get a bumper sticker in here. Just there. You get some art cards. These are double-sided, so these ones, high gloss finish on this side. And then you've got a matte finish on this side. So decent quality art cards there, quite a few. How many we got? 4? Yeah, 4 art cards. Pop those back in there. Of course, your bumper sticker. And then you get a poster as well. So that is the one side, just there. And then that is the reverse. Decent quality, not too big. A lot of people were moaning when this was released that it was a bit expensive at 40 quid for what you get. And I understand that. It is expensive really for what you get, but for 20 quid, I'm more than happy with that. Brand new and sealed as well. Pop this away in here. So yeah, pleased with that one, definitely. And then Jerry, like the stream, guys. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate you joining as well, Jerry. I know you joined in on the last stream as well. Yeah, means a lot you joining. It means a lot everybody joining, to be honest. Something I kind of want to do more of. I did say Christmas last year that I wanted to do some different things with the channel, and live streaming was one of them, to be honest. I've got the code. Someone's probably redeemed that already. In fact, let's put it there so I don't risk showing it yet. If you can get them, all these things are out of stock a lot. Yeah, you're on about the protectors, I think, aren't you, Drew? Yeah, protectors. Yeah, mate, I was saying earlier on, just before you joined, I'm not sure if you're aware, Drew, but I know you shop at Steelbook Central. Use the code FLIX5 when you do an order with him. You get 5% off your total order, excluding shipping. I don't get anything for it. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It's just a discount code to help out my viewers and subscribers. So use that code. Yeah, and as I was saying before you join, you've got to be quick with Steelbook Central. Their protectors are great. Their customer service is great, but unfortunately, when they go out of stock, they're at the it's the manufacturer, isn't it, that's holding them back, because they've got to make them. They're selling them faster than they can make them, I think. Louise's Lashes, which is your favourite National Lampoon's film? I like the Christmas one the best. Yes. Yeah, Christmas Vacation, one of my top Christmas films. In fact, I did. Wasn't Christmas just gone? It was the Christmas before. I think it was a top 5 of my favourite Christmas films of all time. And National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was number 2. I think number 1 was Santa Claus the movie. And when I say that, people are like, "Oh, the Tim Allen one." It's like, no, it's not the Tim Allen one. It's the one with Dudley Moore. I bloody love that Christmas. It's my number 1 Christmas film. Just the memories of watching that, like with my mum and stuff, and yeah, amazing. But Christmas Vacation, yeah, really enjoy that. And then my second favourite in the Vacation series is probably number 1. I quite like European Vacation. I know some people don't, but I like European Vacation. I think it's good. I like it. Vegas Vacation's okay, but Christmas Vacation is number 1, without a doubt. Okay, so let's go to another pickup, and this one is an Arrow one. Again, this is one that I missed, that I wish I had picked up at the time in the sale. You can get it as a standard edition, but I wanted the slipcover. And I got this. This was off Vinted, and I think it was 15 quid all in, including postage and fees. And it is this, Flatliners, on 4K. Really like this film. It's been ages since I've seen it as well. In fact, I haven't checked out the 4K transfer on this, but look at that slipcover. Look how nice that is. Look at the sheen on there. Some lovely glossing effects on that, got to be honest. Yeah, look at that. That is lovely. I love a good slipcover. Can't beat it, can you, sometimes? I've reversed the artwork, so you've got that original poster art just there. Love that. New information on the back. And then you do get a little booklet in there as well. That's your 4K disc in there. And the book's all right. It's thicker than the usual like leaflet style books. There's quite a few pages in there. Some shots from the film, some information as well. And there, yeah, not bad. Usually it's only like a 6 or 8 page kind of leaflet from Arrow in these editions, but yeah, 15 quid all in. Couldn't really turn that down. So that's that one. What have we got here then? I'm off to watch some Jackie Chan. Have a good night, dude. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Never seen Flatliners. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Not sure how well it's aged. Like I say, I haven't seen it for ages. In fact, the last time I saw it was probably in the 90s, to be fair. So I'm not sure how it will hold up today, but I remember enjoying it. Yeah. That's Kiefer Sutherland as well, and he's great. Next pickup then is, in fact, yeah, let's do this one. Hang on a second. We've got Kevin in. Not seen Flatliners since I saw in the cinema on release. Hi, Dave. Hello, mate. Yeah, the same for me. I haven't seen Flatliners in ages. Yeah, I should give it a rewatch, to be honest. It has been a while. I'm looking forward to checking out the 4K on that one. Yeah, I've actually bought something off Kevin tonight. Kevin put a sales post up in the Facebook group that I'm in that I've mentioned before. And yeah, absolute bargain. It's basically the Everything Blue edition of The Fifth Element. And Kevin did me a fantastic price on that, all in. Yeah, an absolute steal, to be honest. So over the moon. Looking forward to receiving that, Kevin. Thank you for that, mate. Let's go to my next pickup, and this one is one that I did mention previously on the live stream as one of my recent watches, and it was a first-time watch for my wife. She'd never seen it before. This holds a special place in my heart because this was my mum's favourite film. Well, one of her favourite films anyway. She had a few, but this was up there. And when they announced that they was doing this on 4K, it was an instant purchase for me. It didn't get a UK release on 4K; it was US only. It is from Kino Lorber, and it comes with a lovely slipcover as well. And it's this, Somewhere in Time. Really good film, and that is the back just there. This is, it's heartbreaking, to be honest. But it's a good watch. There's your discs there. Yeah, really nice slipcover on that. If you're not familiar with Somewhere in Time, it stars Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour, and it's basically it's an alternative take on time travel. There's no time machine involved or anything like that. It's almost manifesting time travel. So basically, the story is Christopher Reeve is a playwright, and he starts off. Basically, he's done this play. It's his first one. It's hopefully going to be a success. And this elderly lady approaches him and gives him a watch and says, "Come back to me." He's quite confused at the time. Anyway, the film jumps forward a few years, and he's quite a successful playwright now. But the stress of the success that's come with that has basically ended up with him and his partner splitting up. So he's in a bad place. So he decides to go away, ends up going to this hotel, and he basically sees this painting on the wall, and it's a picture of Jane Seymour, and he ends up being absolutely like besotted with this picture. He falls in love with the woman in this picture, basically, starts to do loads of research about her, and then looks at he basically speaks to one of his old tutors from when he was at like high school or something, who was always doing like talks about like time travel and the secrets of time and everything. And he basically talks him through it. And I'm not going to tell you any more that happens, but he basically manifests going back in time to meet this woman. But yeah, it's a great film, and the ending is, yeah. I'm not going to say anything if you haven't seen it, but it's a really good film. My wife really enjoyed it as well. The first time watch for her. She'd heard my mum talking about it, previously many times, and when I got it on 4K, she wanted to watch it. So yeah, she enjoyed it. We've got Jerry here. Just picked up Arrow's 4K of Mona Lisa with Bob Hoskins. Absolutely love this Neil Jordan classic. Yeah, mate, Mona Lisa's a classic, isn't it? I'm surprised it's taken so long, to be honest, to come to 4K. But I'm probably going to pick that one up myself. Yeah, that's a really good film. Kevin already sent it away. Sorry to see it go. I love that movie, and that set looks amazing. Yeah, Kev, thank you again, mate. The price you did that for me was just ridiculous. I've always missed out when anybody's been selling that edition. I've always missed out on it, and those previous ones that I missed out on were for a lot more money than what you were selling this one for. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise, I guess. But yeah, thank you again, mate. Really appreciate you doing that for me. So yeah, that was Somewhere in Time. That is yeah, the transfer on this. It's an upgrade from the Blu-ray. It's not perfect. I don't think it's a restoration, to be honest. Kino Lorber don't tend to. They just tend to do the scans. But in saying that, the Uncle Book that they did, Uncle Book looks really good on 4K. This looks good. It has its soft moments. The grain's a little bit inconsistent on this as well. But overall detail and sharpness on some of the scenes in this, it looks really good. There are some great looking scenes. The definition on them look really good, but then, as I say, you just get a little bit inconsistent. The opening to the film is an example. So when the film opens and it's in that theatre, it's really grainy. The grain is really heavy on it. But then when it gets to the after party, and everyone's drinking and everything, it sharpens up, and it goes like that throughout the whole of the film. The colours look good. And as I say, in certain scenes, the detail and the clarity look good. It's just a little bit inconsistent. And it's not the cleanest either. You do have some blemishes that appear every now and again. So I don't think Kino Lorber have done much with this other than scan it in 4K. Maybe they've done a little bit of work, but I don't think this is a full restoration at all. But having said that, it is a decent upgrade over the Blu-ray, which wasn't no slouch either. The Blu-ray was pretty decent on this. So yeah, really pleased with that one. This next one, I blame Brian for this from Last Movie Standing because I wasn't going to get this. However, it came available for a very, very good price, and I couldn't really not get it. Do you know what? That's a bit of a lie. I was going to get this, but I was going to wait for the sale. And this came down to a silly price. So I got it. And it is this. Barbarians from 88 Films. In a great edition. Now, again, I mentioned this on the last live stream. I think this cost me about 11 quid, brand new and sealed. And what really surprised me about this was, I've got it in a protector because it is a slipcover edition. Whoa, nearly dropped that then. Did you see that? Woo! Nearly popped out. So it is a slipcover edition, but it comes with a J card. So you've got all your information, like on the back here, look. There's all your info on there. And then that's your slipcover. If it'll focus, will it focus? There we go. So that's the slip on there. And then that's the back, just there. Warriors, Conquerors, Heroes. Oh, I love this film. This film's so good. But I've never known a slip edition come with a J card before. 88 Films. And do you know what? I haven't watched this yet because I've not long got it. 88 Films. I've said it before in my videos, guys. Like their quality. Their artwork is great on all of their editions, and I've said it before. Even if the film doesn't necessarily appeal to me, you've got to appreciate their art. But their slip covers so thick, great quality slip covers, really good. And then you do have reversible artwork, which I've done with this, as you can see there. So I've reversed that. The other artwork that you get is basically what's on the slipcover, but you get some postcards in there, and that's your Blu-ray disc. So yeah, really nice edition. This cost me about 11 quid. So I'm looking forward to diving back into this one. But that's why I've got it in a protector, because it comes with a J card, and I like to keep my J cards with my editions, especially my steel books. Chris was laughing at me for doing that, but I don't really care. I like keeping the J cards. And this is in an SCF one. Which are out of stock at the moment, as mentioned by Jerry earlier on. Pop this back in. There we go. So yeah, that one is Barbarians. Got more for sale. Go on. Oh, mate. I looked at some of them. I was like, no, can't spend any more. Yeah. Drew, got a post up, Kevin. Yeah, Drew, go and check it out, mate. Some bargains on there. Kev's put up a great post. I've already claimed the Fifth Element, so that's gone. Jerry, I tend to think Turbine in Germany do better work than Kino. The Kino do 4K scans, but talk a little about any restoration work, whereas Turbine do all the works. Mate, Jerry, I've said loads of times previously, I bloody love Turbine. They are fantastic. Their restorations are ace. I've got the Frighteners steelbook on 4K. The Frighteners looks amazing on 4K. What they did with the daylight restoration was incredible. Their barbed wire transfer, I reviewed that very early on when I started the channel. Fantastic. The only one really that you could kind of, well, I was going to say criticize, but you can't criticize it. But again, it's another one I reviewed, and that's Abigail. But the Blu-ray of Abigail was stunning. It was a fantastic Blu-ray. There wasn't anything that they could have done much to improve that. You know, the addition of kind of, you know, HDR, Dolby Vision and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. Gives a little bit more depth to the picture. But the Abigail Blu-ray was fantastic. Turbine, like I said in the review, just tweaked Abigail. Just took it up a little bit compared to the Blu-ray. But the Blu-ray is phenomenal on that film. But it's going to be, as I said, it's a modern film, isn't it? So it's going to look good on Blu-ray. Who else have we got here? 4K Cinema HD. Kino is falling off the map and no quality control whatsoever. And they never addressed the Night of the Juggler error that they did. Ended up getting the transmission version, which is way better. Yeah, mate, I'm inclined to agree with you, to be honest. I think they're very inconsistent, Kino. And you could see the cracks last year of their inconsistencies. You know, especially with that release of Daylight. I mean, I reviewed that on the channel as well, and really disappointed with that. But then on the flip side, they did Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck looked great. Whether the source material was in good condition or not, I'm not sure, because that wasn't a restoration. That was just a 4K scan. But it looked great. It's the best Uncle Buck's ever looked. So their consistency is more questionable than anything else. And like I say, you know, somewhere in time, it's a good looking 4K. It's okay. You know, it is an upgrade from the Blu-ray. But there are inconsistencies with it. It's not the cleanest. But there are certain times in this film where it looks stunning. It's just a shame that it's not throughout the whole film, unfortunately. The transmission version doesn't have the repeat scene on Night of the Juggler. Okay. We've got Aaron in from Professional Unboxings. Hello, mate. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Aaron, I'm going to try and get you on a live stream one of these days if you're up for it, mate. You let me know. Just drop me a message and we'll get something arranged. So we are coming to the very end of my recent pickups, and then we'll start talking about Fight Club. So recently, I did an order with Vinegar Syndrome. And the reason why I did is because they had a 420 sale. So this was the 20th of April. And they basically had a film, an edition I've been waiting for to come down in the sale for a while. And it was this. The Golden Child. And you guys know how much I love my protectors. So I ordered some of their protectors as well for the VSUs. So this is the Golden Child VSU edition. and I ordered the VSU protectors. So I got a protector for this. I got a protector for Roadhouse that you can see in the background there, and a protector for Sidekicks that's also on the shelf. And I also got a protector for the next pickup I'm going to show you from Vinegar Syndrome. Don't judge me for that one. But yeah, this is the Golden Child. Lovely. In fact, I'm going to show it you now. Or do I do a video on it? I might do a video on this. Mind you, loads of people have put videos on it, haven't they? The 4K transfer looks great on this. But if you're familiar with the VSUs, you'll know what to expect with this. This is gorgeous. Look at that. You got some lovely spot glossing on the title there as well. You lot know how much I love my spot glossing. Yeah, stunning addition. That's the one spine there. The other one just there. And then your back artwork. Again, some spot glossing on the title. I love VSU editions. And I said, I'm not sure if I said it in a video, but I put it up on my Instagram at some point last year. I managed to get the VSU of Roadhouse. In fact, this was a grail of mine for a long time. It was going for stupid money on eBay. And then I found it for an absolute steal. It was like 35 quid, like brand new. I couldn't turn it down. There it is. So I got a protector for this one as well. Proper VSU protector. Oh, I love this edition. I love this film. Soundtrack on this as well. In fact, that jogs my memory, actually. I'm actually thinking about doing a new feature for the channel. It's going to be a new style of video that's coming. It's going to be, it's not going to be a top 10 as such, but it's going to be a similar kind of concept. So keep an eye out on that. That's going to be coming soon. But yeah, this is the Golden Child VSU. I love the magnetic clips on these. Really nice, really strong as well. Look at that. Snap shut, very nice. But that is the inside of the Golden Child there. And then you've got the book that comes with it. That's the front, that's the back. And then loads of stuff in here. Shots from the film, information. Yeah, loads of stuff in there. And then this is the slipcover on the 4K. That's the back. That's your spine. And your other spine just there. Yeah, really, really, really nice. And then you have your Blu-ray and your 4K in there. The V2 disc is in there. So anybody that is looking to pick this up, you probably know already there was issues with the V1 disc. When you get this, they will have the V2 disc in there with a little label saying we effed up. This is the corrected disc. So you can't really moan at them, to be honest with you. You know, they address that straight away, which is good. Quality control. Let's pop this back in here. But yeah, I had to get the VSU protectors for these as well. They're only like a couple of quid each, to be honest. So I thought, why not? I needed a protector for Roadhouse and Sidekicks. So I got protectors for those. And I got a protector for the Golden Child. And I got a protector for my last pickup, which was also from Vinegar Syndrome. Don't judge me for this one, guys. I love this film. I had all the stickers. The sticker albums, the cards. They used to do like these little sweets as well. I think they were like bubble gums. And you got like a little character, sticker character in the bubble gums as well. But yeah, don't judge me for this. It doesn't bother me if you do anyway, to be honest. Like, you know, I love this film. And it is this one. Love that. Love it. I was going to get, do you know what? I was going to get the media book. I think Cape released a Blu-ray media book a while ago. And I was umming and ahhing about that. And then I thought, you know what? No. So when I got Golden Child, that was 50% off in the 420 sale. So Golden Child, Garbage Pail Kids, and the 4 Protectors, including shipping, all come to, I think it was just over 80 quid, about 83 quid. And that is that there. You got some lovely spot glossing on the title just there. That is the back. Very nice. There's your spine. And the other spine there. So they are slightly different. So you've got yellow title on there, green on there. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy I've got this. And then that's your artwork inside. It's great. And I love the slip as well. Look at the slip cover on that. Spot glossing on the title as well. I love it. Look at that. That's brilliant. In fact, is that? Yeah, it is. So that is like textured there. And all those eyes there are spot glossed. Not sure if it's going to pick that up, but see if we can bend it to the light. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, all those eyes on there and the title and everything is all textured. Same up here as well. That's lovely. Love that. And then that's your artwork on the case. It's the back there. And I love the artwork on the disc. Look at that. That's your Blu-ray and your 4K. Awesome. And I think, in fact, it's the one thing I didn't check. Oh, yes. It has alternative artwork. And I think, I'm 99% certain, this was the original poster art for this film. Yeah, I'm reversing that. There we go. I'm pretty sure that is the original poster art for that. Absolutely awesome. I know there's going to be people judging me, but I don't care. I love it. So again, Vinegar Syndrome. I love their VSU editions. I don't love them enough to buy Mac and Me, though. Sorry. I know people are probably there judging me for buying Garbage Pail Kids, but then slating Mac and Me. Mac and Me just, it weren't for me. Just didn't tickle my pickle, I'm afraid. Yeah. Maybe I was too old when it first came out to fully appreciate it. I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, love these VSUs, and their protectors are bloody lovely for these as well. Definitely worth getting just to protect those editions, because they're not cheap. They are expensive. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is all of my recent pickups over the last few weeks or so, excluding the ones I've done videos for already. I'm going to have a sip of my apple, fizzy apple. Anybody that's just joined the chat, this isn't piss. It looks like it. It's just fizzy apple from Tesco. Sugar-free as well. But it's bloody lovely. Let's go back to the comments then. We've got Drew. I had the Kino Great Escape. It's poor compared to the Arrow one. Yeah. I think the Arrow one was a full restoration though, wasn't it, mate? I think Kino again was just a 4K scan. So yeah, very inconsistent Kino at the minute. Have been for a while, to be honest. Jerry, an example of their shoddy work is evident with the recent Daylight transfer, which I have both Kino and Turbine editions. Yeah, mate, I reviewed the Kino edition last year. Incredibly disappointed. At the time I reviewed the Kino 4K, I actually compared it to the Turbine Blu-ray. Now, the Turbine Blu-ray at the time also came with the Dolby Atmos track, and the Kino one didn't. And I preferred the Turbine edition, not just because it had Dolby Atmos, but I thought the Blu-ray transfer looked better than Kino's 4K, which is strange to say, you know, in this day and age, really. You know, but it happens. You know, some Blu-rays look better than the 4Ks. Daylight was one of them. That Turbine Blu-ray was a solid release. So then when Turbine announced that they were, you know, doing a restoration on Daylight for 4K, that was a no-brainer for me. Had to get it straight away. You know, as I said previously, Turbine are fantastic at what they do, and I had the ultimate trust that they were going to deliver on that release, and they did absolutely deliver on it. 4K Cinema HD, 88 films has improved in quality dramatically. They are skyrocketing upwards. Thumbs up for them. Yeah, mate, I absolutely agree. I've got nothing but great things to say about 88 films. They do some great stuff, and as I said, sound like a broken record, but you know, every release isn't necessarily, you know, to my taste, but you can't deny the amount of work that they put into their releases. They are definitely skyrocketing upwards without a doubt. 420 sale, yeah, Drew. It's the 420 sale, mate. It was only a few titles on sale. What the Golden Child's got to do with 420, I don't know, to be honest. You tell me. Was Eddie Murphy up to no good on the set of Golden Child? Is that why it's relevant? I don't know. Yeah, but it was in the 420 sale anyway. So got 50% off the Golden Child, which is good. Aaron got that Golden Child 4K, so I watched it. Aaron, it's a great release, mate. Great 4K as well. Just make sure you watch the V2 disc if you're going to watch it with the 2-channel stereo mix. Anybody that's wondering what the issue was, basically, when he selected the 2-channel stereo mix on the original disc, it played with no sound. They forgot to put it on there. So the V2 disc has both the 5.1 and the 2-channel stereo mix. And the two-channel stereo mix sounds good, to be honest. In fact, I'd go as far to say that's probably my preferred way to watch that. 5.1's not bad. It's good. It's good, but I don't know. I think I just enjoyed the 2-channel more. I don't know why. But the 5.1 is decent as well. I kind of want the Garbage Pail Kids. It's an effing awful film. No, it's not, Aaron. It's a great film. I bloody love it. But yeah, I mean, there's a chance. In fact, when was Garbage Pail Kids released? Was that this year or last year? Because I know the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale at the end of this month. Anything from November, before November 2025 is getting reduced in the sale. I can't remember when Garbage Pail Kids came out. Was it this year or was it last year? I can't remember. But anything before November 2025 will be in the sale, I think. Yeah, so keep an eye out on that one. But I'd advise getting some protectors as well, mate. They literally cost a couple of quid each. That's it. And I think it's worth it, to be honest, just to protect those editions. And I noticed as well, I've got sidekicks up here. So again, I got a protector for a VSU protector for this as well when I did that order from Vinegar Syndrome. The price of sidekicks pretty much doubled on reselling sites when Chuck Norris passed away. Rest in peace to the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Chuck Norris. But yeah, this is a really nice addition as well. You got spot glassing on the title at the bottom. Yeah, another fun film. But yeah, this doubled in price. Literally the night that Chuck Norris passed away. I could see the prices increasing, which is ridiculous, really. But yeah, decent Vinegar Syndrome order there, which is good. We've got Drew. Love that when I was a kid. Yeah, agree, mate. I collected all the cards and stuff. Yeah, and me. I'm sure they did bubblegums as well, you know, with little stickers in there. You did get it. Does look nice. Yeah, it is. Drew saying to Aaron, go for it. Yeah, I agree. Aaron, go for it, mate. You're not going to be disappointed. Mac and me's dog shit. That's being kind. That's being kind. Steaming pile of dog shit, Mac and me. But that's just my opinion, of course. I'm probably going to get some people like, wow, how can you say that about Mac and me? How dare you? Well, I just did. It's shit. I think I might have to, yeah, do it, Aaron, do it. Do it, and then when you come on one of the live streams with me, you can do an unboxing of it. Show everybody your love for the film. How's that? Right, so we're going to get on to Fight Club. discussion about that. But first, I'm going to do a giveaway for Law Abiding Citizen on 4K. Now, anybody that's just joined the stream, I did accidentally glance it across the screen. I don't know if anyone picked that up, whether anybody's kind of paused it and got the code, but I'm going to do it anyway just in case. So this is a US code for Law Abiding Citizen on 4K. I'm going to flash it up on the screen now. There you go. Good luck with that one. If I've got anybody from the US, redeem that if you want. That is yours to keep. Aaron, what's the worst release in your collection? The worst release in my collection? Oh, God. That's a good question, Aaron. That is a very good question. Give me some time to think about that one. I'm just looking over there. Hang on. Leave that one with me. I'm going to have a think about that one. What's the worst one in your collection, Aaron? Let me know. Also, let me know if anybody manages to redeem that code as well for Law Abiding Citizen. I'd really like to hear if you managed to do it. Just have a swig of my cold piss. Okay. So, one of the things that I put for this live stream was talking about Fight Club. And there it is. There's a load of shit going online about Fight Club, about the changes that Fincher has made to this. And I have got a video coming out this week, hopefully tomorrow or maybe Tuesday, about it. And I just think there's so many people overreacting to the changes that he's made. Too many people are making it too much of a big thing about it, to be honest with you. And it's unnecessary. And I mentioned it in my video. Be sure to give that a watch if you're interested in hearing more about it. But ultimately, it's his film. He can do what he likes with it. He can do what he wants. People are moaning about him changing very, very subtle things. It's not like he's gone in and changed, George Lucas style, like he's gone in and added a whole new city to a scene in a Star Wars film, or, added unnecessary things to try and benefit the film when it actually doesn't. What Fincher has done with Fight Club is he's just changed subtle things. Rather than people sort of like moaning about the changes, why don't people? I'd be more intrigued to find out what was his thought process for doing that. Because there's one scene which I don't mention in the video. Actually, there's one scene, I can't remember which bit it is now, but it's basically a building in the background, and I wouldn't have known this if I hadn't have seen it online. But basically, there's some writing on a building, and in that particular scene for this 4K, he's taken the writing off that building in the background. It's well within his right to do that. It's his film. He can change what he wants. But I'd be more intrigued to kind of find out what his thought process was behind that. Like, why have you taken that wording off the building? Why did he add the moon into the scene with the plane? I'd be really intrigued to hear his thought process. But in terms of people moaning that he's made these changes, it doesn't change the enjoyment of the film. Not for me, anyway. I think people are blowing it all out of proportion, to be quite honest. Making a bigger deal of it than it is, I guess. I mean, everyone's mentioned it, going, "Oh, if you're one of these people that doesn't like changes and you're not going to like this," you are, because 90% of people that are probably going to watch this film aren't going to notice those changes unless they've seen it online. If nothing had come out online that these changes had been made, I don't think anybody would really have noticed them. Only probably your diehard fans that have probably watched this film a million times would have noticed. So Yeah, I just think people are making something out of nothing, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. I mean, there might be some people out there that are deeply offended by the changes that he's made. There's people out there that get offended by anything these days. But ultimately, changes in a film, it's the director's discretion, isn't it? And if diehard fans of the film are offended by the changes that he's made, then just don't buy it. Keep your Blu-ray if that's what you're happy with. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want the 4K and you don't like the changes, that's fine. Just keep your Blu-ray. The Blu-ray's solid. I said that in my review. It's a solid Blu-ray, but the 4K is really good as well. Yeah, I just think that the changes that he's made, he's well within his right to. And another thing that I mentioned in my review as well, this like stinks of the situation with True Lies a couple of years ago. People were losing their minds over the fact that True Lies looked a bit waxy and whatever, and forgot to understand that it was the first physical media release we'd had of True Lies since DVD. And we had the cut version in the UK. People forget that as well. In the UK, our version of True Lies was cut. The only way you could get the uncut version of True Lies was importing an NTSC DVD. So, the fact that we got it on 4K, yeah, James Cameron did a bit of work to it, but it's his film. He can do what he likes to it. If people don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple. But in terms of the changes that Finch has made on Fight Club, I don't see what the fuss is about. I really don't. They're very subtle changes, and like I say, 9 times out of 10, nobody would have noticed them if they hadn't been highlighted online. People just would have watched the film and not thought anything about it. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. Let me know your opinions. Any of you got it yet? I know some people have got theirs stuck at Royal Mail at the minute. But as I say, my video coming out, I'll go through the 4K transfer and everything. So no spoilers here. But in terms of the release itself, I really like it. And I'll say it again. It's Fincher's film. He can do what he likes with it. Who is anybody to question him? Like, excuse me, people going, "Oh, how dare you change Fight Club?" It's his film. He can do what he likes. There's sort of changes. He's added a moon, a couple of lens flares. People losing their shit over the fact he's taken a pimple off someone's face. I mean, come on, man. Get a grip. It's a pimple. That's just my opinion on it all. Just think people are overreacting to these changes, man. Proper overreacting. How dare he add a moon into a scene? Oh man, come on. Deal with it. It's his film. He didn't change any of the story. He didn't change anything. It's still the classic film that we all know and love. Leave the guy alone. He wanted to, tinker with a few bits. Let him. He's well within his right. Anyway. What have we got? It's fine, mate. Probably colleagues us away from CS Media. Feels really cheap. I can't think. Yeah. I'm still trying to think of mine. It was just because I was just discussing Fight Club. Drew saying people have moaned before that they've even seen it. Don't understand. Why can't we celebrate the fact that one of the best films of the last 30 years has finally been released? Yeah, mate, I agree. Some of the things I've been reading online, people have been getting offended by him changing a couple of things. It's like, what? Leave the guy alone. He's added a couple of lens flares and a couple of more tears on the wallpaper in the warehouse when they're fighting and that. So what? Doesn't take anything away from the film, does it? And as I said, it's very reminiscent of this whole True Lies situation. And I say it in my video, like, controversial opinion. I didn't think True Lies looked that bad. I thought True Lies looked all right. Didn't look great. There were a few scenes where it was like, okay. But it still looked pretty good. I mean, people were just like jumping on the hype train, slating James Cameron. It's James Cameron. It's his film. He can do what the hell he likes with it. And it's the same with Fincher and Fight Club. If he wants to add a moon in and add some tears in a bit of wallpaper, remove a couple of pimples, let him do it. Let him do it. The film's still great. There's too much of this nonsense in this hobby. Yeah, I agree, mate. People moaning all the time, just like, and this is what gets me as well. Like, you get people moaning about the death of physical media and whatever else. Like, be positive. Physical media has never been hasn't been this strong for a long time. Physical media right now is the strongest it's been for a very, very long time, and people need to enjoy that. People need to embrace that, because there is a chance somewhere down the line that we might not have this. Enjoy it while we've got it. Celebrate the success of physical media right now. Celebrate the success of all the boutique labels all around the world that are doing all this great work. But people are quick to jump on the negatives of it and say, oh, physical media is dying, sales are down. What are we going to do? Oh, the prices are ridiculous. If the prices ain't for you, don't buy them. I've said it loads of times. There are editions that are out of my price range. I won't buy them. My Dollars Trilogy video that's coming this week as well, I mentioned that. You know, the 3 chunky boxes that came out, I like the Dollars Trilogy. Controversially, you know, I don't like them enough to spend over 100 quid on 3 chunky box editions. So I was willing to let that one go and then wait for the standards. It just so happened that Arrow was releasing a box set that was within my price range for how much I like those films. So I got it. But if people are there moaning, saying, oh, sales are down for physical media, prices are going up, oh, it's the death of physical media, blah, blah, blah. Just be positive about it. Enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. But the people moaning about the prices going up are the same ones that, you know, will... I don't know. I'm losing track. I'm losing thought process here. Anyway, Brian asked me, "Stanley, what's happening, mate?" Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? In fact, Brian, while you're on, I'm going to blame you for this because you never saw it earlier on. So I'm going to show it you. This is your fault. In fact, I need to put it back in this because, Brian, this is your fault. I mentioned it earlier on. I picked this up for 11 quid. What a great film. I love this. I was going to get it, but I decided to wait for a sale, and I'm so glad I did. What an addition, man. 88 Films. Yet again, you are making me spend money, my friend. It's not good. We need to have a chat about it. But yeah, great release. And the reason why I've got it in Protector, as I said earlier on, Brian, is because it's a slip edition, right? It comes with a J card. I mean, come on. 88 Films, knocking it out of the park, man. All good. How dare George Lucas had a really bad CGI jab at the Hutt over a human actor? How dare? Yeah. It's his film. He can do what he likes. I mean, you know, the whole Fincher thing, I mentioned it earlier. It's not as bad as the George Lucas stuff. It's not as bad as that, which is why I don't understand people losing their minds over what Fincher's done with Fight Club. Like, they're subtle changes. They're just subtle. Leave the guy alone, man. It's still a great release. It was the same with Aliens. I was really happy with it. Yeah, mate, Aliens, I thought looked great. Again, people jumping on that bandwagon. Oh, DNR, blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. Aliens look really good. I don't care what anybody says. That film looked great on 4K. Yeah, it had a couple of flaws and, you know, it wasn't perfect, but I thought it looked great. I haven't seen The Abyss on 4K, to be honest. Controversial opinion. I'm not a huge fan of The Abyss. You know, it's okay. But Aliens, yeah, look, I thought it looked good on 4K. People moaning about, you know, the bloody smoothing and the DNR and whatever, and but they're doing the same. Like I said, they're doing the same with Fight Club, with Fincher making all these changes and removing a couple of pimples. Like, come on, man. True Lies 4K is super strong to me. I think people super overreacted to that. It's not even noticeable. People only see what they want to. Yeah, mate, I agree. I've just said it. Like, I thought True Lies looked all right. And again, Aliens. I thought Aliens looked really good. People jumping on bandwagons. I freaking love Barbarians. It was the first time watched for me this year as well. Kino put it out as well here in the States, but 88 was the best way to go. Yeah, man. I love it. I do. I hadn't seen it in ages. I decided to pick it up. I'm yet to watch it. I haven't checked out the Blu-ray of it yet because I've only recently got it, but it's been years since I last saw Barbarians. And I'm really looking forward to jumping into that. I've been eyeing up loads, to be honest with you. I've gone through all my pickups today, but yeah, Barbarians, 11 quid that cost me. 11 quid. I couldn't turn it down for that, to be honest. Jerry saying the Abyss is awesome. Yeah, mate, listen, this is what makes, like, this hobby that we've all got so amazing, because everyone's got different opinions, haven't they? I like the Abyss. I like it. I just don't love it, but I appreciate why so many people do love it. There's no denying it's a good film. I do like it. I don't love it as much as other people do. But I'm yet to see the 4K transfer of it. People were moaning about that as well. But like I said, I thought Aliens looked great, and I thought True Lies, looked pretty good. I don't see why people were moaning about True Lies. But that's just me. Thought Aliens looked good too. Just need a 4K of 3. Speaking of Fincher, yeah, Alien 3. Yeah, Alien 3. I love Sean Pertwee in Alien 3. I think he's really good in that. But yeah, it gets a bit of stick, doesn't it? Alien 3. It ain't that bad. It's all right. Alien 3 is all right. What else we got here? Yeah, Alien 3. I wonder if we're going to get a 4K collection of the whole Alien series. I wonder if they're going to do that. That'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be really interesting. Who else have we got in here? Are you getting Forbidden World from 88? Brian, I don't know. And I'm going to tell you why now. Because I like it. I like Forbidden World. And I think I'd be getting it for a bit of a nostalgia hit more than anything. But unfortunately, I can't see past those takeaway cartons and the milk crates on the set. I can't see past that now. And I think it was you that highlighted it. I think you did a video on it, didn't you? God, it's got to be a year ago or so, I think, maybe. I don't know if it was you or somebody else. I watched the YouTuber who highlighted that the set was made out of polystyrene takeaway boxes and either egg crates or milk crates or something. I can't remember who it was now, but I can't look past that, and I'm scared that I'm going to watch the film and just have my focus on the fact that the set is made out of takeaway boxes. So we'll see. I might pick it up in a sale. I don't know. I think if you look as Alien 3 as a nightmare Ripley's having on the way home, it's a really good film. Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it, actually. Have you seen Plan 9 from Outer Space? BFI film are doing a Blu-ray. It's mental. Yeah, Plan 9 from Outer Space was Ed Wood. Was it Ed Wood? The one-take director. I didn't believe in multiple takes. Did everything on the cheap and did everything in a single take, no matter how bad it was. And I think Plan 9 from Outer Space, there's a couple of scenes where you see the set move. A couple of things happen, but he was just like, yeah, cut, done, next scene. He was the one-take director, I think. But Plan 9 from Outer Space is, I think it's more famous for how bad it is more than anything else, to be honest. Yeah, I thought it might have been you. I know it was a YouTube video I watched where someone pointed it out about those takeaway cartons and stuff. Yeah, I can't see past that now on Forbidden World. It's just, yeah, it's just burnt into my memory. So I might give it some time. Like I say, I might wait for it to come into the sale before I pick that one up, to be honest. It is. The Johnny Depp film is fantastic. Yeah, Johnny Depp played him, didn't he, in the film? God, I haven't seen that film in years. I think the film was called Ed Wood as well, wasn't it? Yeah, black and white film. Yeah, that is a mental film. Johnny Depp's really good in it as well. God, I haven't seen that for ages. Have they done a 4K of Ed Wood? I reckon that if that was done properly, when black and white films are done properly, they look awesome on 4K. They really do. The Elephant Man, I've got the Elephant Man steelbook up there. It's probably one of the most boring steelbooks I've ever purchased. It's just such a boring steelbook. My goodness, that 4K transfer is something else, especially on the OLED. Like, stick that film on the OLED, and it's like, wow, this looks incredible. It's got a few, like, couple of dodgy moments in it, not too many, few and far between, where the image kind of lowers quality a little bit. But yeah, black and white films done properly on 4K, and if you've got an OLED TV, wow, that's all I'm saying. Wow. 88 and Screen Factory transfer are literally the exact same. I was going to do 4K versus 4K, but they literally look the exact same. 88 is maybe 3% brighter. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to, like I say, probably going to pick that up in the sale. Right then. I think that is it for tonight then, guys. I've done all my pickups and everything. As I said, my Fight Club video should be out hopefully either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll go through the 4K transfer and everything. And yeah, I discuss more of what I've discussed tonight about people's overreaction to the changes and stuff in that. And yeah, people just need to calm down, man. Like, he can do what he likes, you know what I mean? Say it again. Couple of comments before I go. Drew, speaking of black and white being amazing in 4K, Night of the Living Dead 1968 is incredible. Yeah, very good one, that one. I've actually got as well Some Like It Hot on the way from Cape Lights. I'm not sure whether they have used the Criterion transfer on that. I'll wait for it to arrive just so I can have a look at the notes to see if there's any kind of any details on the transfer that's been used, but it's in a 4K media book. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that as well. Good stream, mate. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Really appreciate you joining, mate. I know you missed the last one, but really appreciate you joining this one. I'm going to message you after the stream. I have 2 movies in the UK I need you to get for me. Maybe you can find them cheaper or something out in the wild. Yeah, I'll have a look, mate. Drop me a message. I'll see what I can do for you. Right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I've had a blast, to be honest. The first time I've done a stream on my own. Decided to do it earlier on. I was saying to my wife, I was doing my recording for my videos. I was like, do you know what? I might go live tonight. She was like, do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I was worried it was going to be a little bit like short notice, but yeah, why not? I might do these more often, just like off the cuff, like short notice, jump on streams. I'm hoping to have some more guests on for future shows as well. Obviously, we'll get Chris and Angelo back for another stream, and Aaron from Professional Unboxings has registered his interest. So hopefully, we can work something out with Professional Unboxings as well. Yeah, so thank you ever so much, everybody, for being here and watching and commenting. I really appreciate it, and yeah, hopefully, I will see you again on my next stream. Until then, take care.